Alright, so I put on a new alternator today. Show you how I did it. Alright, first thing I did is I disconnected my negative cable from my battery. Just like so. Voila! Comes right off. Next I removed my air cleaner assembly. It's this thing right here. Next back to my air filter. Easiest way to pop that off with the little screwdriver there. And there we go. Pops right off. Get that out of the way. Next you've got this little thing right here. I'm not a professional, I don't know what you call all this, but that pops off too. Little screwdriver. Alright, then we just unscrew this to get that hose clamp off. And voila! Pulls right off, kinda. Yep, there it goes. Alright, so the next thing that I did is I unplugged the electrical connections to the alternator. There's one at the bottom that I couldn't quite reach. It was had like this red plastic thing over it. So anyways, best way to do these again with the screwdriver, break them loose. It pulls off like that. So I got that one. And this one down here is a little harder to get to, but I got it. I used a smaller screwdriver and I popped it out. Voila. So easy. Next I took off the belt, used a torque wrench. There's a little hole that it fits right in, and you push that down. Pushed it down with that hand, pulled the belt off with the other, and that came off. Took me a little while to figure that out. Definitely not a professional, but it came off. Then I took off the 3 bolts holding the alternator in place. There's one right there. Tell you a secret, I broke all these loose with a much bigger wrench first before they're that easy to unscrew off. Then, and I actually ended up having to put that one back in, so the other ones were easier to take off too. Definitely not a professional, but hey, I got it done. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, got that one down there. There's a little casing right across from that kind of blocks you from getting your big wrench in there to break that loose. So I had to put that on first and then play with it for a little bit to get it to come out right. But eventually I got it. And this came out too. You'll notice that goes back in. Yeah. Here we go. That's me breaking that last one loose. And it comes off like that. That's my big wrench I used. Pulling that out. And oh, there's that thing I forgot to get, or that I couldn't get to with the other thing. It was actually a lot easier to get to taking it off first, and then I could see there was a little nut there. Yep, that's the one I took off. Next. It's a lot easier that way, I think. If I could ever get that on there. There we go. Alright, cooking with Crisco. Here we go. There's this little plastic thing that was kind of like a screw that holds the wires on. I couldn't get that thing to pop out, so I just took a box cutter, and you'll see here I just a couple Swiss moves and cut it right off. Voila. just pulled that alternator on out of there, and there we go. That was that. Actually, it had to maneuver it a couple ways to get it out. It didn't want to come out. Put the new one in the same way. Just did all that stuff in reverse. Same order. In reverse. Got it all bolted in nice and tight. That's me making sure it's tight. Made sure I put all my electrical stuff on. All the stuff I did last, I did first, etc. etc. Tighten that up. And the last thing I did was the first thing I did before. Put my hose assembly, I guess you call that, back on. Sounds like a good name for it. Connect all electrical back up. There we go. Put my air filter back on. If you notice, that was a K&N air filter. That's what I'm talking about. Connect that back. Voila. Hanhao. I hope you enjoyed my video. I'm not a professional. If your car's really screwed up, please take it to a professional. Thank you.